on my Facebook Live. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to join me here. Usually, this is a COVID update, and I give all of the information on where we're at with COVID and what we're doing to provide testing, and then also the programs with One Tampa and Lift Up Local. So everything we're doing to address that. But now it's changed because we won the Stanley Cup. So I have some incredible guests, which I'm sure has really upped the number of viewers on this Facebook without a doubt. But I'm joined by Victor Hedman and Alex Killorn of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and from this point forward known as the Stanley Cup winners. So very exciting. Thank you both for joining me here today. I know you guys are really busy and you have a lot of other things to be doing, but we couldn't be more excited to have the Stanley Cup home and to know that you guys played such a part in that. So I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions after I introduce, as if there's anybody in the world that doesn't know who you guys are. But I'm going to start with you, Victor, and just introduce you. Tampa Bay Lightning expected Hedman to grow into an elite defenseman when they selected him with the number 2 pick in the 2009 NHL draft. And clearly, those expectations have been rewarded. As everybody knows, he was just voted as the NHL's top defenseman in 2018, and then won the most valuable player. That must have been very, very exciting. And that trophy, oh my gosh, that's going to take a lot of polishing on that trophy. Now, do you get to keep that for a year, or is that that trophy is huge? Do you get to keep that trophy, or just your name goes on it and it goes back like a Stanley Cup?
I haven't seen it since the parade, so I think your name goes on it, and then I guess you get a smaller one to keep. So
yeah,
he dropped it in the bay.
Yeah, right.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
Yeah, don't do that. Those guards that they send with them are a little nervous when that parade started. No doubt about that. All right. So after earning Rookie of the Year honors in the Swedish Elite League as an 18-year-old, Victor joined the Lightning for the 2009-10 season and had an assist in your first NHL game. So that's pretty exciting right there. You were named the NHL second team All-Star to the second team All-Star in 2017. Now, clearly that was a mistake. It should have been. I mean, really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Maybe that's a
somebody
typo.
made a mistake, without a doubt. Yeah. So despite missing 12 games with an injury in the 2018-19 season, you were again named to the second team All-Star. Now that I could handle after missing that many games, and they still recognize what an incredible player you are. Now I am going to totally, I hope I don't, but I'm probably going to butcher your hometown, but I'm going to try anyway without an accent. Ornskoldsvik.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah.
No, but not on it.
No, it's Örnsköldsvik.
Örnsköldsvik, and it's such a pretty speak with the end. That's wonderful. All right, I'm glad you're Tampa Bay right now. There's no doubt.
Me too. Me too.
And as a lot of people know, Victor is a very avid supporter of the Humane Society, and he has his French bulldog named Harry, who is very famous with the Lightning. And I showed Victor a second ago. Come here, Dessa. So Alcadessa is Spanish for female mayor. So we have our office dog. Come here, Dessa, dude. Come on. And she likes everything except other dogs and being on TV. So put her up high. But she is going to run for mayor the next term because she's much more popular than I am. And she's going to be running the police or the city of Tampa. And bring me my cell phone. I got to show you guys one other photo before we get moving. Now, Victor, I want to ask you if you have seen the new Humane Society building.
I drove past there today, actually.
Oh my gosh, that thing is unbelievable. It's incredible.
I know.
I'm like ready to move.
It's beautiful.
In there. They actually adopted out all of the dogs with the COVID. So many people came and adopted pets. So that's wonderful. Yeah. So I probably shouldn't admit this, but I have 4 dogs. And Dessa, the office dog, had a great plan that she was going to go home with my assistant, but she lives with me. And then this is Red. He's another, look at him. He
Oh.
looks like one of those old men that has hair coming out everywhere, and he bites everybody. But people go, "What kind of dog is that?" And I said, "Too much wine at the Humane Society of the." So those are my dogs. All right, let's introduce Alex Killorn, the killer. He capped his best season in the NHL career this year by helping the Tampa Bay Lightning win the Stanley Cup. And as we all know, the last time we had the Stanley Cup was in 2004, but it certainly won't be that long from this point forward. Scored 5 goals, 10 points in 25 postseason games. There weren't any preseason games, including 1 goal and 1 assist in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup final. And I want to talk about that in a minute as well. Born in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and raised outside of Montreal, he was selected by the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2007 NHL draft, but had committed to attend Harvard University starting in the fall of 2009. I have a T-shirt from Harvard. So that's right there. So very, very impressed by that. Also impressed by the fact that you had committed to something and followed through with that as well. Also very glad that you made it through those 4 seasons without any injuries. As a senior, he was named as the All ECAC first team, earned American Hockey Coaches Association East First Team All America honors with a 23-goal, 46-point season, and led Harvard to the ECAC championship game. That's exciting. And he signed with Tampa Bay in 2012 at the end of his college career. And then I think that's pretty interesting too, that the latter part of 2012, 2013, you were with the Lightning after spending the first half of the season at the AHL under John Cooper. And then as he came to the Lightning, you scored the tying goal in the final minute in his debut game on March 29th of 2013. So does that make you like a really good hockey player or just a suck up to the coach?
Maybe it's why I've stuck around.
Yeah, there you go. Trying to impress him, but that is really wonderful. Killorn settled in as a middle six forward in 2013-14, and for the next 6 seasons scored 14 to 19 goals and finished with anywhere from 36 to 47 points. Alex has raised more than $50,000 for the Hillsborough Educational Foundation through his Doc Talk social media platform, which my son Sealy, you met the night at the Emily Arena, has bugged me from forever to be on your Doc Talk. So I personally am going to be paying Alex Killorn to participate in his Doc Talk in the future so I can actually be on it. He's active with education and athletic initiatives and has made visits to Junior Achievement Tampa Bay. I am a huge Junior Achievement supporter. I just think they're wonderful. So let's get started on some of our questions. So first of all, I want to talk about the series and some of the memories that you guys have. So for me personally, for you, Victor, it was when you chased that player down all the way. I mean, he was going for a goal. It was a one-on-one, and you reached around and pulled his stick back so he couldn't score that goal. Oh my gosh, I think I might have hit my head on the ceiling. I was screaming so loud. So what is your memory? Like what is it? Is it winning most valuable trophy? Is it a particular goal, the whole experience? What do you remember?
What I remember the most is probably the last 37 seconds of Game 6. That's pretty much the first time I really thought that really we're going to win, the Stanley Cup. And when you're chasing that for so long and it's about to come true, everything just,
Yes.
Everything just goes away. It's just so much happiness on the bench and, you just can't wait to celebrate with everyone. So those last 37 seconds I've probably watched 15 times already. So, that's a memory that's going to be it'll be with me forever. And to do it with the team I've been playing with for 11 seasons, just make it so much more special. So it's a dream come true. And now when you've done it once, you want to keep doing it because it was so
Yeah.
much fun and so rewarding. So
Yes,
that's
no
the
doubt.
memory that's going to stick out for me.
Yes, that's great. And that 37 seconds probably seemed like it lasted forever. And then also, you said a dream come true for you, and I'm sure Alex for you as well, for everybody. That is the ultimate achievement to win that Stanley Cup in your sport. And when you say it was a dream come true for each of you, it really was. You made our dream come true as well here in the city because everybody felt like they were a part of that, and it was just so exciting, especially when it's compounded by the difficult times that we've been through, and we'll talk about that with the being in the bubble for 65 days. All right, Alex. So game four goal put us up 4-3. That for me, and that, oh my God, what a beautiful goal. So what's your best memory of the whole playoff?
I mean, I think there's two things that stick out. I know in that particular game, they came back and scored, and then Shattenkirk scored that overtime winning goal that put the series up 3-1. And then there was the game against the Islanders where I got kicked out of the game and suspended. And I remember I was so nervous in the locker room. I didn't take off any of my equipment. Was just praying that I didn't hurt the team for getting kicked out. And Kucherov scored with, I think, 6 seconds left. I never jumped so high and was so excited for a goal that I wasn't a part of. Those are two moments I think stick out for me.
Excellent, excellent. And we were, just so you know, in your defense, we were amassing a team from the police department down here to go up there and bring you back into that next.
I love it.
And
I
that
love
was,
it.
I was like, come on, that's just not fair.
Yeah.
So that, and then a couple more before we start talking about you guys getting back home. So, Victor, I got to ask you, how does it feel to be like 3 feet taller than everybody else when you're in skates? Is it different? Like I'm 6 foot, but you're like 8 feet tall, and then you put on skates as well. So it was most pronounced when you went and got your MVP trophy, and you literally were like 3 feet taller than the individual that was giving it to you. But I mean, you're like a giant out there, and you move fast too. That's the thing. Usually the big guys, you're not known in every sport, known for moving real fast, and you can kind of use that as an excuse. But you're big and you move fast. So is the air different up there, or is it all
Yeah,
the?
it's a little bit thinner, so I use a lot of oxygen in between periods just to make sure I'm on the same level. So
There you go.
no, but I've been tall my whole life, and I've kind of learned, and with the way the league is going to, you got to be fast. So that's a lot of stuff that I work on, and that's
Yeah.
just how it is. And try and use my reach and use my size as much as I can, and
Yeah.
be the best player I can on the ice.
Well, both of you sure were. That's there's no doubt about that. And the game's so fast. Did you guys feel that they, as the playoffs that the games got faster and faster, or was that just something that I I personally thought, or we thought at home? It just seemed like everything was so quick.
Yeah, I think, well, we had a little bit of time off, right, when we were quarantining. And I think once we got back into it, it was pretty quick how fast we got back into it. So once we started getting some games under our belt, playoffs is always faster than normal season. But I think it took us a little bit longer just because we had so much time off. But I think if anyone watched the Stanley Cup final, I think it was as fast, if not faster, than any of the previous ones, just because of the teams that were playing. Yeah. So yeah, it definitely felt pretty fast out there.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Now, Alex, I got one more question for you. So, are you actually gonna film a tutorial on how one balances a Stanley Cup on a wave runner? Because that's going to be in demand. So I think.
Oh my gosh, maybe I'll do a tutorial on my next doc talk, and I'll walk the fans through how to do it. But I think there was just so much adrenaline in that moment that there was no way that cup was going to go into the bay, regardless of how heavy it was. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you guys all showed great balance, up on the front of the boat with the Stanley Cup, and as I said, maybe one or two beers. But we had a tough decision too. If you had gone off, you or Stammer had gone into the water with the cup. I mean, which do we go after first? Let's be honest.
Well, if it was Stammer, you'd go after him. If it was me, you'd go after the cup.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. That makes sense. All right. So let's talk about being in that bubble for 65 days and how that really changed. So not having the fans there to motivate. I said at least we have one new full-time employee in all sporting events now, and it's the person who pushes the button for the applause, for the boos, and all those kind of things to make it appear to be a full stadium. But did that have any effect on you guys, or were you just so into the game that not having fans in the stands, did that have any impact at all?
I think for us, it took a couple of games to get used to it, but I think the NHL did a good job. Like you said, you have one guy that pushed all the buttons, you hear the noise, but once the games actually start, you're so into the games. And I think the biggest was probably sometimes, maybe the fans can affect the call from the refs or something like that, but that wasn't the case. It was an even, playing field throughout the whole playoffs. And you want to play in front of fans, you want to play in front of your families, but like I said, in the situation we are right now, it's not possible. So you're just grateful to be out there and compete for the Stanley Cup. And being in a bubble for 65 days, it's not easy, but definitely for us it was worth it, winning the cup. So, but it took some getting used to, and it was some tough moments, but at the end of the day, we're happy we did it, and we're happy we obviously bringing the cup back home where it belongs.
So are we. We're very, very excited about that. So let's talk again just a little bit about that bubble. So what what can you tell us about the players? Like, what did you learn about your teammates that you never would have known if you weren't in the bubble? And you can go ahead and share who was the most obnoxious. Just let us know straight up front. But I mean,
Jeez.
what was it that you learned about somebody that you never would have known had you not been in that bubble?
I think for me, I mean, we spent a lot of time with each other, 65 days. I think what caught me by surprise is the guys that played video games, guys that would never would have talked about playing video games before. I think Ryan McDonough, never once have I ever heard of him talking about video games. Once he gets away from his family, he's playing video games all day long. So that's probably the one thing that stuck out to me. I don't know if Victor's got any other info.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, no one was really, you know, we were all in the same boat, and we know each other. Most of us have been together for a long time, so we pretty much know everything about one another. So, it's just comes down to routines. I think. I know Pat Maroon got a little sick of me and my routines on a game day, but he got to see it all. From morning until night. So that was probably one of the things that was different, that you got to see each and every one, the whole day. So
Uh-huh.
you got to learn a little bit more, but nothing too
Yeah.
crazy.
And like family too, you love everybody, but there's times when like, okay, could you go in the other
Get
room?
away. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. But do you think that made it, do you think it made it harder, easier, or it didn't really matter? You guys were bringing home the Stanley Cup. Do you think being in that bubble benefited you as a team?
Well, I think for our team, sorry, my phone was ringing. I think for a lot of us, we were already quarantined together in Tampa for,
Yeah.
I would say, a month before. So we were getting used to it while other teams weren't really in their cities. So I think as a team, we were committed to winning this thing. Once we got in there, at first it was kind of fun. We were all together, kind of like an all-inclusive vacation to start. But then once the games get going and you can't leave and you're stuck, in the bubble, mentally it's really tough. I know a lot of people wanted to see their families, but in a sense, you kind of rally around each other because you're all going through it together. Even if it's the coaches, the trainers, the players, everyone's trying to accomplish the one goal. And that kind of brought us together, I thought, as a team. Even though we got on each other's nerves, I think it made us a better team.
hmm Yeah, it really looked. I mean, you guys were just so in sync playing together. It was just nothing short of amazing, except those overtimes. I told Steve Griggs, I go, come on, man. I said, you guys are going to take years off my life with those overtimes. That's just so.
We
Whew.
didn't like playing in them either.
Yeah, especially the game with five
Oh,
overtime.
geez.
So my son called, clearly y'all know that was during the day. My son calls me, you watching the Lightning? I said, well, honey, isn't that game over? And he goes, no, turn it on. And oh my gosh, that was incredible. Which I know you
Yeah.
guys, without a doubt, felt that way. So how did it feel to walk down the stairs of that plane and come back to your families, come back to an incredibly grateful community when you guys got here? Did y'all sleep on the plane on the way back? Because I know you didn't sleep after that game. There's no doubt about that. So you guys try to sleep on the plane a little bit and then come down to the celebration and the welcome?
I slept for a few hours, I remember that. But then Pat and Maroon kind of got everyone up and running and bringing mimosas around to everyone, get us going. So that's one of the moments that you look at other teams that have won it on the road, and you bring it back and walk off that plane with the trophies. And we got to do that now, so that was obviously very cool for us. Not having seen our families in 65 days for some of us, but some people haven't seen them in 6 months because they were on
Mm.
different sides of the borders. So yes, a special feeling. And yeah, unbelievable ride down into Emily on those trolleys, seeing all the fans along Bayshore.
Yeah.
Just you don't want the time to go by. You just want to live, right there for in that moment for a long time. So
Yes.
that was definitely special for us.
No doubt about it. So, so with the celebration, the superstition. Well, you can't plan a celebration because that's going to somehow put the mojo on the playoffs. And so it was sort of a last minute putting everything together, and that was entertaining. All of the plans and preparations, but to have the trolley cars where everybody could be as much a part of the community as you possibly could during these circumstances, and then to be able to go throughout the community, to go from the airport when you landed and go down West Shore, go through South Tampa, come down Bay to Bay, go to Emily Arena. And then the event at the arena was very, very exciting. And then the boat parade. I mean, who has a boat parade for NHL? Nobody. And then nobody will ever have any. There's just no way. The mayor of Edmonton was in not was it Edmonton? Where are the Jets?
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Manitoba,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Okay, Winnipeg. He and I were in a class together, and I said, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm from Tampa." I said, you seem like a nice guy, but I mean, your hockey team, really?" And so he and I were going to do a thing where he was going to take a snowmobile to the game, and I took a boat down to the arena, Amalie Arena, for a game. But the night
There you
before
go.
we filmed it all, and the night before it was to play, they had like this massive blizzard, and all the roads were shut down. It was almost like a hurricane hitting us. He called me
Yeah.
up, he goes, Jane, this is not a good time to make fun of anything. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. But anyway, it's just so uniquely Tampa to be able to do that boat parade. And when we ended up or landed at Rick's, Coach Cooper comes up and he goes, of course, we can all read his lips. That's what I told him on the screen. We can all read his lips, so you can imagine the words that he chose. But he goes, in the future, COVID or not, we are doing a boat parade. So
Oh yeah.
every time you guys win the Stanley Cup, we are doing a boat parade. There's no doubt about that. That was just so exciting. So tell me how you guys felt about that, the boat parade, and then if anybody has any memory of the stadium, you can share that as well.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was one of the best days of my life. I think how we did it, being on a boat with all the fans along the Riverwalk, was really special. I know I talked to, I think it was actually Vinny LeCavalier, who had won in 2004, and was telling me about his parade. And he said, you guys did it the right way. It seemed like you guys had a little bit more fun than we did, or it was just different. So I think if there's ever going to be a parade, it has to be a boat parade now.
Yes.
Once you set that standard, you can't go back.
Right. That was, and then to allow the community to get involved, the entire length of the river, all the way from Ricks down to Davis Island. And, it was the best way to celebrate in the safest
Yeah,
manner possible. So I think that
Exactly.
was so much fun. And then in the stadium too, the stadium was
awesome.
way cool. Of course, uh, Cooch, I was like, if he poured beer down the back of Vinnick one more time, I'm like, I don't know if you're going to be employed next year. But that was
He's the
beyond
one guy who could do it.
as
Yeah,
well.
he's
Yeah,
probably the only guy that
yeah,
could
the
do
only
that.
guy that could get away with it without a doubt.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's funny too, Alex, the way you said, that it was such a great day. When my kids were little, they would always say, "This is the best day ever," and that was exactly. I just kept saying that all day. This is the best day ever, and it was. I I know I could never feel what you guys felt winning the ultimate, I mean, what you work your entire life for and you've dreamed of since you were a young child. But I can tell you what it feels like to be a part of this community and what that win meant for each and every one of us in this community, especially at this particular time. I mean,
Yeah.
that was nothing but pure joy for everyone. So I thank you both for not only for what you do out there on the ice and for bringing us that joy, but for the wonderful part you play in our community too. Because this, as you all know, this is the greatest city in the nation, and it's because of Jeff Vinnick and the Lightning organization. It's because of Junior Achievement. It's because of the Humane Society. If we have an issue, a problem, everybody comes together to solve it. And if we have celebrations, our entire community comes together to celebrate. So I thank you guys. And I might be one of the good examples too, a 60-year-old woman who's never been on ice skates in my life, and I am a rabid hockey fan.
There we
So
go.
I thank you guys
That's
so much
awesome.
for that. All right. Now, before we close out, I do have to ask one question. All right, Alex, where'd you get the belt? So here's what my son Sealy, after he sees you with that NHL belt, he finds one on the, I don't know if it was anything close to, but he finds one somewhere, and he's doing a fundraiser amongst all of our family members to raise $500 to get this belt. And then he's got an entire paragraph convincing us why this is the perfect family purchase because it's going to be
I can't.
so functional for our family to have a giant
Yeah,
NHL studded
I
belt. So
I
where
don't
did that
disagree
come
with him. But so the way it came about is that when we went into the room, the NHL had custom made two belts. And then once I saw it, I was one of the first in the room. I grabbed it. I told everyone, no one's taking this from me.
from?
The other one, unfortunately, the other one, no one knows where it went. It remains a mystery. So there's two of them. One of them I had, and then for 3 days before the parade, it like was glued to me. And that night, I felt if there was anyone deserving of it, Mr. Vinnick was the one that was deserving of it.
Oh,
So I handed it off to him. Trying to get another one made. We'll see, but he deserved it for everything he does in this community. So I thought, Mr. Vinnick can get the belt.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's absolutely wonderful. And I have seen him wearing it around with shorts, jeans. It's like the perfect accessory. So
Great.
it's
Sure
just
is.
sort of the understated, to wear that
Yeah,
giant
exactly.
NHL belt around. It
Just
just says
flows.
everything in a very low key way. Well, listen, I can't thank the two of you more for taking time, as I said, out of your busy day to uh, to hang out with us for a little bit. And Alex, I used to be the police chief. I was a cop for 31 years. I can find out where you live. So I better be on a doc talk. Is
You
all
will. You're next
that's,
up.
that's all I'm saying. Okay.
That's awesome.
I don't want to have to take any action. That's all. That's all there is to it. But I thank you guys so much, and we just couldn't be more excited. And I think that was classy too of you, Alex, to wear the Tampa Bay Rays baseball jersey. I think
Big
about
win
that.
last night.
So we're on our way. As we speak, we're building a reinforced trophy shelf because We've got the Stanley Cup, then we get the World Cup, and then we get the Super Bowl. So
Exactly.
Series. So and
it's gonna be a great year.
It's gonna be a great year. Oh, so did you guys have fun? Did y'all give Tom Brady any pointers or anything on Sunday? I saw you guys at the game.
Well,
yeah. I think
Yeah.
Killer went down in halftime. They were down 23-6, so it's 23-7.
Yep. You said, hey, did you see the video? I got kicked out of a hockey game. I can play this. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly.
I gave him a few pointers. I said, you hit Evans a little bit more and you'll be fine. I gave him a little pep talk, and he turned it up after that second half.
Well, we appreciate that.
You're
and
welcome.
that advice that always seems to work well: score more points than the other team. That's always the key to victory right there.
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys so much. And I want to remind everyone to visit our website. Oh, wait, we have questions, don't we? Ooh, sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Mayor, will you be drinking from the Stanley Cup? I did get to raise it. That was pretty cool. It was heavier than I thought it was going to be. I was wondering why Stamkos was giving me a look like, don't drop it. Don't drop it. All right, Adam Vosding says that he is taking his dog from the Humane Society to visit every NHL arena. That's pretty exciting. Hope his dog's
awesome.
got a good personality. Oh, he also said, Alex, that his dog will be on your dog talk if you would like.
Great.
Maybe a better
add their dog to the list.
Yeah.
It needs more dogs on Dog Talk, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There you go. That's right. Sometimes dogs are better than being around people, no doubt.
For sure.
All right. So everybody, the rest of the questions you guys answered. So thank you very, very much. Remember to visit our website, tampagov.net, for all the information that you need on COVID-19 and all of the programs that we have, relief programs, One Tampa, Lift Up Local, all of that information is on our website. And remember, as always, stay calm, be kind, and wear your mask. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Mayor Jane Castor here saying hello to Mayor Eric Johnson and the entire city of Dallas. We want to congratulate the Dallas Stars and the entire Dallas community on an incredible run towards the Stanley Cup. We are sorry that you came up short against our Tampa Bay Lightning, but you all did an incredible job, and I hope you are very, very proud of your performance. We couldn't be more excited here in Tampa Bay to bring home Stanley for a tan. And listen, we want to be great sports. We know, Eric, I know that I had a bet with you, and sort of a winner take all, but since we got the Stanley Cup, we figured we'd go ahead and give you what we promised. So I have a little gift for Mayor Johnson and for the entire Dallas community. Oh, wait a minute, no, you are not getting the Stanley Cup. I'll show you what we got for you. We have some Tampa treasures here. We are known for our Cuban bread. It is the best thing you have ever had, especially when it's warm with some butter and some café con leche. So we will be sending that to you. We have our famous cigars. We are world renowned for our cigars. And we also have some craft beer for you. Unfortunately, you may not like the label, but you will like what's inside. So we want to send all of this to Dallas from Tampa with love. We'll send you a picture of the Stanley Cup, but we ain't sending the Stanley Cup your way. We couldn't be more excited to be the NHL champions, and we couldn't be more grateful for the Dallas Stars and the incredible run that you had. And Eric, I may see you in New York soon. Take care. God bless.